Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ingram Wrestling News' very own Brennan Ingram here with your September the 15th, or September 14th, 2020, Monday Night Raw review. So, we're going to go over what all happened tonight, and and you better believe I got a lot of bad things to say about the show after the illogical garbage we got on the show last night. You better believe I got a lot of bad things to say about the show. So, I mean, folks, in your face with another 3-hour illogical waste of Monday Night garbage. What we got tonight on Raw. That's what we got last night on Monday Night Raw. But before I get started, to never miss my Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown reviews that go live each and every week. Most importantly, have all those notifications to never miss my Ingram Wrestling News videos. I am going to be doing some this week. It won't be tomorrow or Wednesday. It'll probably be Thursday or Friday. Probably be Thursday, more than likely. So, still have on your notifications. I'm still going to have more content on the channel. Please be sure to let me know if you like my content or not. Be sure you let me know. Also, follow me on Twitch, because you know I'm gonna start back live streaming on Twitch again. And follow me on Twitter for the latest WWE, AEW, and pro wrestling news. Most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel, especially if you want to see more content on my channel. So, we are going to go ahead and get started with the Monday Night Raw review, because I am really ready to get this out the way. I hate reviewing this garbage, but I have to do it for you people that don't get to watch Monday Night Raw, that seemingly misses Monday Night Raw every week. And I'm doing this for those of you who wants to know my opinion and my thoughts and what I think should have been done on these shows, you know, and what I think and my reaction to everything that happened on the show. That's why I'm doing this reviews, plus to get views too, you know. But you know I do these reviews because of everything else, especially the views and the subscribers. Those of you that subscribe to my channel, those of you that like my videos, you're the reasons why I'm getting better with my content and with my YouTube channel. So, keep that in mind. And I appreciate that. I appreciate those of you who are actually showing respect for my channel. I just hope you don't be like those other people that comment disrespectful things about me and then they leave my channel and then I end up losing a subscriber and all that bull crap, you know. Well, thanks for people who showing me respect and love for my channel, you know. Y'all don't know how much I really appreciate that. Y'all just don't know that, really, for real. So, let's go ahead and get started with the Monday Night Raw review, because I got a lot to say about everything that happened on the show, including this match with these guys that you see right here on the screen. So, alright, so Monday Night Raw tonight, or last night, excuse me, I keep getting it mixed up. So this week's Raw opens up with Michael Cole announcing that Tom Phillips and Samoa Joe are off for this week. And of course, in their place is himself and Dolph Ziggler. Who really gives a fucking shit about Dolph Ziggler? I mean, really. Do I even care about hearing the name Dolph Ziggler? Absolutely not. Anyways, the Unique Announce team run down the announced matches for tonight's show. And we got supposed to start. It's always supposed to start with the WWE champion. I don't know why they don't do that every Monday nights. So Drew McIntyre comes to the ring when we see replays of his recent run with his recent run-ins with Randy Orton. Drew says Randy broke his jaw, but he's back, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know Randy intended worse than a broken jaw, so he considers himself lucky. But Randy should be lucky. He still has a head after last week. And folks, just thought I let you know I'm not gonna be yelling and ranting tonight because I'm just not in the mood for that. I really am not. I'm just gonna make it simple. I'm gonna make it simple. I am gonna talk some shit about this show, about Monday Night Raw, but I'm not gonna be doing all that yelling and all that bull crap tonight. I'm just not. I'm like I said, I'm just not in the mood for that. Anyways, McIntyre says WWE medical personnel told him to take some time off, but if he did that, he would have to forfeit his WWE champion. He has a fractured jaw, but one more kick to the head could result in his jaw kneeling wired shut. But that would be just fine because he'd rather leave the Thunderdome in an ambulance every week than lose his title. He says him and Orton have both been in an ambulance recently, and the rules clearly don't apply to them anymore, so how about they have an ambulance match at Clash of Champions? McIntyre says that is if Randy can make it to Clash because he kicked him 3 times last week with the most devastating move in sports entertainment. McIntyre tells a funny story about how he debuted the Claymore kick because he wore tight pants and didn't want to rip them when hitting a big boot. Adam Pearce comes out and says he's sorry to interrupt. We don't know the exact of Randy Orton's. We don't know the extent of Randy Orton's injuries. He's not gonna be here tonight and might not be able to compete at Clash. Pearce says Drew's match against Keith Lee will be a number 1 contender match. If Keith Lee can beat him, Randy doesn't make it. Pearce leaves, but out comes Lee. Lee walks down and stares at the WWE Championship, then shakes Drew's hand. McIntyre turns to leave, but Lee pulls him back. And we get some terrible Canaan O from the Thunderdome. McIntyre then does the same to Keith Lee, and the segment ends with them staring down. Alright, so here is what I had to say about this. So check this out. Here's what I had to say about this. So, so Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton is in an ambulance match at Clash of Champions, right? Okay, so McIntyre versus Keith Lee also has no winner at all. So both McIntyre and Keith Lee cannot lose this match. I had a bad feeling that this match was going to end in no contest. And that's how you know this show already sucked since the beginning. But folks, seriously, look at the facts. The fact is, I had a bad feeling that this match was going to end in no contest. I had a bad feeling that it was going to end in no contest. I really did. We got the Street Profits versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. All right, so here's what happened. This champions versus champions match, so to speak. Really, it was a tag team match, but I call this a champions versus champions preview match. That's what I call it. You know what I mean? I mean, this match is rumored for Clash Champions. It was rumored. I think it's been official. I think. But anyways, the bell rings and Cesaro nearly decapitates or dissipates Dawkins with a running European uppercut. You have to excuse me. Sometimes I have to correct my words. Cesaro lifts Dawkins and drops him across the top rope. Then tags Nakamura for a running knee. Cesaro hits a gut wrench slam and Nakamura kicks him for a 2 count. So, Nakamura beats Dawkins in the corner, but then eats an elbow and a big clothesline forgets the tag, and he drops Nakamura with a drop kick. Then Dawkins back suplexes forward onto Shinsuke. Cesaro runs in and they toss him outside. Then Ford leaps over the ropes but gets caught in midair, and the SmackDown champions lift and slam him on the barricade. And then it goes to the first commercial break of Monday Night Raw. So that was their first commercial break. And back from commercial break, Cesaro has Ford down in a submission. Montez fights up and avoids a shoulder tackle in the corner. Tags made to both corners, and Dawkins steamrolls Nakamura with spinning back elbows. Dawkins hits an overhead suplex for a 2 count, but misses a spinning splash in the corner. Nakamura hangs Dawkins on the middle rope and hits a sliding German suplex. Nakamura wants the King Shasa. No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. I was wanted to say it wrong to see what y'all was gonna say. Anyways, Nakamura wants the King Shasa, but Dawkins catches him with a spine buster. Ford tags in and hits the frog splash, but Cesaro breaks the pin attempt. Cesaro and Nakamura hit the swing King Sasha. I mean, that's what it says, King Sasha. But I call it King Shasa. That's what I call it. But Dawkins breaks it. They hang Dawkins on the bottom rope, and Nakamura knees him. Then Cesaro catches Montez with a pop-up European uppercut for a near fall. On the outside, Nakamura tries to knee Dawkins against the steps, but Angelo moves and he crashes into the steps. In the ring, Cesaro batters forward with European uppercuts in the corner for rolls to the apron, and Cesaro hits a deadlift superplex, but Dawkins tagged in during the match and hits a splash to Cesaro for the win. Oh, and folks, I'm already tired. I already feel like jumping into bed. But I'm doing this review for those of you who watched Raw and those of you who didn't watch Raw. Anyways, here's what I had to say about this match right here. So, we got a champions versus champions match. I got to tell you all, both the Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions suck, and you all know that. Just telling you. Yeah, Raw, SmackDown Tag Team divisions suck. WWE, honestly, man, you call this merging the division. Why would you book this match on the show? How did it make sense to book this tag team match on the show? Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura are not even Monday Night Raw superstars. They're SmackDown superstars. You booked the Street Profits versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. You booked this tag team match on Raw. And you call this merge the division? Are you crazy? Come on. Come on now. I don't think WWE even knows what we mean by merging the tag team division on, you know. I don't even think, honestly, I'm going to say it again. I really don't think WWE knows what we mean by merging the tag team division or listens to what we have to say. Even JD has mentioned this on his podcast. Even he says that they need to merge the division. I've said the same thing on my reviews. I've said the same thing. They need to merge the division. This is ridiculous. And what do I mean by merge the division? Let me tell you what I mean by merge the division. In my opinion, the SmackDown Monday Night Raw Tag Team division, in my opinion, the SmackDown and Raw, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions versus the Raw Tag Team Champions match is not what we mean by merge the tag team division. Folks, let me tell you what we mean by merge the tag team division. What we mean by merge the tag team divisions is that WWE needs to merge both Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions into one, combine. That is what we mean by merge the division. They need to combine the tag team division. SmackDown only has 4 tag teams on that roster? And Raw has 5, 6, 7? I don't know, just guessing. Raw has more than, obviously, Raw has more tag teams than SmackDown. But that's not the point. The point is, both of these tag teams need to combine together. If they can combine the tag team division, maybe the tag team division will be a whole lot better in the WWE. Heck, they need to do like AEW, combine the tag team division. Jesus Christ. You don't see AEW separating their teams. Fuck's sake. Merge the division, WWE. Merge the freaking division. That's all I got to say. So we get a video package highlighting Mickie James' career. Later tonight, she faces Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Title shot to Angel Garza. Folks, can you not believe what I just read? Can you not believe what I just said? So let me say this again. So we got a video package highlighting Mickie James' career. Later, she faces Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Can you believe that Lana was backstage complaining about Mickie James getting a title shot to Asuka? So check this out. Angel Garza apparently was backstage himself. He says her passion is intoxicating and he loves the fire in her eyes. Vega and Andrade appear and she berates him for his behavior. Garza says he is tired of being blamed for all their setbacks. He says Andrade got beat last week, not him. Andrade gets in his face and they argue in Spanish until Vega gets between. She says she can't do it anymore and leaves. And they start brawling. So they go to a commercial break and the Hurt Business comes to the ring and they have a proper theme song now. MVP says he has an official business. Business is booming. Cedric mocks fans who didn't want him to turn on Ricochet and Apollo. He says this is his job and his life. Nobody knows what it feels like to come to Raw every week and get beat up and not be able to play with his kids on Tuesday. Hanging with them left him broke and broken. So, what was it I was gonna say? I forgot. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I remember now. I remember what I was gonna say now. Apollo and Ricochet come out, and Cruz and Cedric sold them out. So Alexander is weak-minded and let himself be wrapped by the Hurt Business. Apollo says they always had his back, but Cedric cuts him off and says no. He took more than enough beatings to help Apollo hold onto the United States Championship. Benjamin tells him to not worry. They're just jealous. Ricochet tells Benjamin to shut up and says Cedric's betrayal hurt more than any beating. But they're not out here. They're not out here to change his mind. They're here to let him know they're coming for him. So basically we got Ricochet and Apollo Crews versus Cedric Alexander and the Hurt Business. Now I gotta ask y'all a question. I hope I got some people watching. So the question to some of y'all is, were any of y'all watching this match, and how interesting was this match to you all? And if I don't get an answer in 5 minutes, I'm going to just tell y'all what happened with this match. Because when I go live, I should expect to see people watching, hearing me review Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I wonder who was. I think MVP was Cedric Alexander's partner for this match too. I think. But here's what happened with this tag team match between Ricochet, Apollo Crews, and Cedric Alexander in the Hurt Business. This match was so boring. This show was boring, and I just don't even want to keep going at this point. So the bell rings and Ricochet takes Cedric down and punches him. Alexander breaks free and kicks him to the ropes. Ricochet throws him over the ropes into the floor. Ricochet hits a running knee from the apron, then a springboard moonsault. Apollo and Shelton get into it, but Lashley whips him out. Eric of the Viking Raiders run down and fights Lashley to the back. And they go to commercial break. They always send the Viking Raiders down to the ring every time. Why do they do that every single time? Darn. So I'm telling you, the Viking Raiders going to turn heel too, man. I'm telling you. They're making the Viking Raiders come out way too much. That's probably how the Viking Raiders are getting hurt, coming out. Having to beat up Hurt Business every time. Every Monday nights, the Viking Raiders always come out. Wow. This thing, when is the Viking Raiders ever going to realize that Apollo Crews and Ricochet are just using them, man? Jeez. Just saying. So, anyways, it goes to commercial break. Back live. And Ricochet is firing off on Cedric, but Alexander catches him with a dropkick and rains forearms on him. Cedric punches Ricochet, fires back with a big drop kick, and both men are down. MVP tells Cedric to get back up. Both of them get to their feet slowly. Ricochet uppercuts Cedric and hits a running chop to the chest. MVP talks trash to Ricochet. Cedric hits an arm drag, but Ricochet hits a super kick. Ricochet hits a snap dragon suplex for a near fall. Ricochet goes up top, and Shelton causes a slight distraction. Ricochet looks for a 360, but Cedric avoids it and hits a Minoku driver for a near fall. So he hits a Minoku driver for a near fall. Alexander hits a lumbar jack, and Ricochet sells it like crazy, and that's it. Ricochet had the best sell. He had the best sell ever, man. He oh my god. For real, dude. That was, what am I trying to say? Ricochet had the best sell of the lumbar jack, is what I'm trying to say. Dude, he literally had the best sell of that move. That was awesome. That was just amazing. How he sold that move. It was cool. I liked it. I don't have nothing to say about this match, so I'm gonna move on. I got no comments on this match. So anyways, as the Hurt Business is celebrating, the lights go out and Retribution appears on all the screens. We see 5 members of the group backstage, and they say WWE casts people aside like garbage. Oh, just like this fucking show every Monday nights. Garbage. Because that's exactly what it is every Monday nights. Garbage. So all I see is garbage on Monday nights. Anyways, people sell themselves to a company like WWE. They become garbage, just like this show. They refuse to show up. They will show everyone who they are and gut their reality. More members of them appear and the lights come back up in the arena. The Hurt Business are ready to fight, but nobody's around. Not only is WWE, not only is Monday Night Raw garbage every Monday nights, but also Retribution is also garbage. I think Retribution has completely ruined Monday Night Raw, folks. And I also suspect to believe that now they have already ruined the Monday Night. Surprise if Monday Night Raw viewership falls to an all-time low again, because I know it's going to. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, man, Monday Night Raw is really going to fall to the Monday Night Raw viewership is really going to fall to an all-time low, man. It really is, no doubt about it. I sound like a robot when I say. Feel like I'm shooting. Feel like I'm shooting when I'm stuttering. For real. Feel like I'm shooting beams out of a gun. Feel like I'm shooting pinto beans out of a gun. But seriously, man, Retribution has ruined Monday Night Raw. They really have. They have ruined the ratings. You want to know who the main people that's ruined the ratings? The main ones that's ruined the ratings is Vince McMahon, Bruce, and WWE Management and Creative, of course. Those are the people I think that are ruining the ratings. Those are the only people I think is ruining the ratings. And guess what? I'm going to say this before I move on to the next. Folks, if Monday Night Raw viewership goes to an all-time low, you know what I'm going to be playing? You know what sound I'm going to be playing? You know what funny sound I'm going to be playing? You already know what funny sound I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing this one. That's what I'm going to be playing when Monday Night Raw goes to an all-time low. This is what it's going to be. That's exactly what it's going to be. The price is wrong, bitch. Well, the price is wrong for these Monday Night Raw viewership ratings going down every week. Because of the garbage we get on Monday Night Raw every Monday nights. Or should I say illogical garbage? Or should I say Monday Night garbage? I just love saying garbage so much that I say it every Mondays because of this freaking show, man. The way they do it. The way they write these shows, man. The way they give us all this garbage on these shows every Monday nights, man. It just makes me say the word garbage. Just by what I see on the show. It's the main reason why I say it. Just by what I see on the show. The way they are utterly overratingly using this talent on TV, man. The way they are wasting all this talent on TV, it makes absolutely no sense, man. Now, Ricochet and Apollo is getting completely buried. Now it's like, now they're using Cedric Alexander, but now they're not using Apollo Crews or Ricochet correctly on TV. Now, let me know in the comments down section below if you think Ricochet is going to join Retribution. Do you think he's going to join Retribution? I think Apollo Crews and Ricochet are probably going to join Retribution. I mean, because they have been getting their asses handed to them since Cedric Alexander has joined the Hurt Business. I mean, my God, I'm not even going to lie. At least WWE is pushing Cedric Alexander. At least they're giving him that push. I mean, at least they're doing something right. At least they're pushing Cedric Alexander. They're doing something right. I mean, my God, they're doing something right, but all this other stuff they're not doing right on the show. And not only are they giving Cedric Alexander a push, but they're also pushing the Wyatt Squad too. They're giving the Wyatt Squad that push too. And I'm glad to see the Wyatt Squad getting their push because they deserve that push. Cedric Alexander, he rightfully deserves a push too. And he's getting it. And I'm proud and I'm glad to see that WWE is pushing, actually pushing stars. But that's not what we mean by new stars. What we mean by pushing new stars is stars like Saint Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair. Oh yeah. Speaking of Bianca Belair, where's she been the last few months? He's been off television for about what, 1, 2, 3 months? Where is she? Where's Bianca Belair? And wasn't Mandy Rose supposed to show up on Raw tonight? Where was she? Or is she coming to Raw? Because that's what it said on her Twitter account. It says she was coming to Raw. So I'm guessing she wasn't scheduled for Raw tonight. I'd be surprised if she was scheduled for Raw tonight already. Or last night. Because last night Raw was on. But, yeah. Bianca Belair has not been on Raw. Has not been on TV. We have not seen her on TV for like probably 2-3 months. And we still haven't heard word. I still haven't got any news from Ringside News as to when or rather Bianca Belair will be making her Raw return or not. I still haven't got a notification. I still haven't been notified by anybody on Twitter. Still haven't been notified by my sources on Twitter, my good old friends, Ringside News, or my other sources. I have other sources too. So I haven't been told anything from them yet. But if I hear anything about Bianca Belair's Monday Night Raw in-ring return, I will be sure to do a video on that and let y'all know that. Because I really want to see WWE giving Bianca Belair that push. Because remember, a few months ago, there was news on Vince McMahon seeing things in Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair. I think he mainly seen some good things. Vince McMahon reportedly seen good things in Bianca Belair and Peyton Royce. I can see him seeing good things in Bianca Belair. She is a hell of a star. The EST of NXT. Well, she's the EST of Monday Night Raw. You might as well say she's the EST of WWE, because that's what she is. She should have been NXT. She should have been NXT Women's Champion before coming to the main roster. But no, of course NXT didn't want to throw the title on her. I don't know why, because maybe she could be going back to NXT to win that title. Probably in about maybe 3, 4, 5 years or so, because the way WWE's doing now, it looks to me like she might be going back to NXT soon. Some of these NXT superstars might go back to NXT for real. Because they probably, and half of them probably don't even want to get called up to the main roster. Heck, because of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Because how garbage both of these shows have been every week. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame some of these NXT superstars for not wanting to go to the main roster. Especially Tommaso Ciampa. Because I know WWE's going to use the hell out of Tommaso Ciampa. I know they are. Because he's that good. Because he's good with his heel character. That's why I know WWE's going to try to use the hell out of him. Goodbye Tommaso Ciampa saying that he doesn't want to be called up to the main roster. I don't blame him. Anyhow, you know what? MVP, and you know what? He's not typical garbage anymore because he's got Cedric Alexander. That's the only reason why he's not typical garbage anymore. But the Hurt Business seem to be doing good, man. I mean, I guess you could say the Hurt Business deserves some kind of push in WWE. But it's good to see Cedric Alexander getting his push. It's good to see WWE doing something right. But they're still doing a lot more wrong stuff than you think. There is new feuds there's new secrets of new feuds that WWE are hiding from us. That they don't want us to know yet. But we want to know what kind of secret feuds are new. There are a lot more new feuds to come. I guarantee it in WWE. I guarantee you, there's a lot more new feuds in the WWE. I'm telling you. And most of the special ones, they are hiding from us. You get ready to say ooh, because they really are. Just like I said, ooh, Mandy Sachs on Instagram. Because she was looking good. She was looking like God's greatest creation. She was looking like a true God's greatest creation. I'd be surprised if somebody said she's God's greatest relation. I'll be like, wait, what? If somebody says that to my ear, I'll be like, wait a minute, what? Wait, what? It's God's great creation, not God's greatest relation. Anyways. So, Sarah Schreiber interviews Mickie James, oh God, backstage and asks how she's feeling. Mickie says she loves the business with her heart and soul. Yeah, I bet you do. Bet you didn't love the way they were burying you since your freaking return, didn't you? Yeah, just keep on loving WWE, because the more you love WWE, the more WWE is going to keep wasting you on TV, and they're going to keep burying you, completely burying you, and then you're going to want to come, and then you're going to want to retire. Question is, hasn't Mickie James retired before, though, folks? I've recalled hearing that she's retired one time in WWE. I think she retired and came back. Mickie James might as well retire at this point, man, because WWE is not going to use her much on TV any much longer. She might as well just retire instead of going out of retirement. Once she retires, she doesn't need to go out of retirement, because she does. Yeah, they're going to utilize her, use her incorrectly on TV, and they're going to waste her. Then she's going to get completely buried, just like she is now. Just like she did in her match against Asuka. That we are that I'm about to tell y'all about in a minute. Anyhow, she's given everything for it, and it makes her better, especially when she's against someone like Asuka who brings out the best. Asuka does bring out the best, that is true. With experience comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes clarity. And she's all of what it takes. But what fuels her tonight? Knowing this could be her last ever title shot. This could also be her last match because she might be retiring. You know what? I might have an idea of why WWE put her on Raw because maybe this could be Mickie James' last match. I think Mickie James is going to retire this year. At the end of this year, I think she is going to completely retire at the end of this year. I mean, she's getting older now. She doesn't have much left in her. But anyways, so it goes to commercial break. Adam Pearce is backstage. All great. Adam Pearce again. He's not a wrestler. Anyways, Adam Pearce is backstage with security guards and telling them to keep eyes peeled for retribution. The Hurt Business appear and tell Pearce that if he doesn't start doing a better job, he's going to get fired. So it's high time he upgrade from boys to men. He's not afraid of retribution because he has Bobby Lashley, Shelton, and Cedric Alexander. Pearce says he's right and thanks them for volunteering. MVP starts laughing and say they are the Hurt Business, so he'll be getting a check in the mail. Some good stuff, man. Good stuff. Anyways, I got Asuka versus Mickie James for the Raw Women's Championship. More like for the Raw Failure Women's Championship, because that's exactly what this match was, a fucking failure. Yes, this match was a failure, folks. Oh, and my question is, why would they book Mickie James in this match? Hey, not to mention, why would they even give her a title shot? Why would they even give her a title shot? Why? Oh, that's right, so they could put her in a match with Asuka just so they could ultimately waste her and completely bury her on Monday Night Raw. Just so they could waste her and get her completely buried. Yep. Fool of me felt like I saw this coming. I knew who the winner was going to be in this match. Don't worry, you'll find out at the end after I read this. Unless you already know. If you don't know, I'll gladly tell you what happened in this match. I'll gladly tell you who the winner was of this match. So, here's what happened in this Raw Women's Championship match. So the bell rings and they lock up, stiff and struggle for control. Mickie takes Asuka down, but they struggle back up before separating Mickie. Mickie rolls her up for one, then tries again for two and tells Asuka she came close. Asuka grabs her by the arm, but Mickie scrambles to the ropes. So then Asuka takes a headlock. Mickie shoots her off. Yes, she shoot her off. She did. And Asuka drops her with a shoulder. Mickie trips Asuka and hits a neck breaker for a 2 count. Mickie takes a chicken wing submission. Asuka fights out and drills her with a knee. Asuka whips her to the ropes and Hits a pop-up knee for a 2 count. Asuka looks for the hip attack, but Mickey dodges and hits her with the Mick kick, and she tumbles out of the ring. Is that all she does is a Mick kick? That's what I want to know. Anyways, we return to find both women down. They trade shots on their knees and climb to the feet. They come to their feet. Mickie James attempts a chicken wing again, but Asuka forces her back into the buckles. Meanwhile, James kicks Asuka, elbows her, and hits a hurricanrana. Okay, she's doing something different. James kicks the gut, knees the chin, but misses a lariat, and Asuka hits the hip attack. You know, her hip attack she always hits. The same old hip attack that we've been seeing every single year. The same hip attack we've seen every single year, every single month, every single day. Every single week that we see Asuka in the ring, she's hitting that move. Anyways, Asuka runs into a flapjack and Mickie gets up. James dances, fires up before heading to the top rope. So basically, she was firing up the WWE Universe before heading up to the top rope. Asuka punches her on the top rope and climbs up. James fights her off and hits a flying seated senton for a 2 count. Man, I sound like I'm drunk. The way I'm talking. I'm talking in my sleep because I'm sleepy, man. Trying to make it quick so I can get off here and go to bed. Anyways, Asuka fires, slaps, but misses a backhand. Then Mickie swings for the mid kick, but Asuka ducks and hits the backhand. Mickie falls to her knees where Asuka kicks her repeatedly. Mickie asks for more and Asuka attempts a running kick. James catches her foot and spins her into a single leg Boston Crab. Asuka goes to the ropes, so Mickie drags her back, but gets rolled up for a 2 and connects with a mid kick. That's the second mid kick I've said in a row. That's the second mid kick I've seen her hit in a row. I've been seeing her hitting that same move every Monday nights that she's been on Monday Night Raw. Anyways, so she connected with it mid kick, takes a second to cover, and Asuka grabs the bottom rope. Asuka catches Mickie with an armbar, but she rolls her up for a 2. Mickie knocks her and looks for the DDT, but Asuka avoids it. So then James rolls her up for 2. Then Asuka catches her with a flying. Asuka catches Mickie James with a flying armbar into an Asuka lock. That's what I'm saying. Mickie looks to roll backwards and pin Asuka, but for some reason the referee calls for the bell. I have no idea. The referee says Mickie couldn't continue, but Mickie looks angry and confused. The announcers aren't sure either. Perhaps Mickie was concussed or concussion or something. It's an amazing, incredible shame because that was a truly brilliant match. No, that was a terrible match to me, in my opinion. This is what Ringside News. This is Ringside News' opinion right here. Brilliant match. They said it was a brilliant match, but I think it's a terrible match. This match is fucking terrible. This match was fucking terrible. I don't care what anybody says. It was terrible. Trust me, I know. Because I watched it. Yes. Match between her and Asuka was absolutely nauseating garbage. This Raw Women's Championship match was terrible. Folks, Mickie James' kicks were so weak that the Monday Night Raw viewership ratings are 100% likely dropping even more right now. And they are going to drop even more. That's why I say I cannot wait. That's why I say today I cannot wait to see that Monday Night Raw viewership because I'm going to be fucking laughing. I really am. No kidding. Anyways, moving on. So, while Asuka's celebrating, Selena Vega comes down to the ring. Selena gets a microphone and says she's been thinking about her future. She's wasted some of the best years of her career managing two selfish ingrates, just like Asuka. She's an ignorant. She's ignorant because she was handed the Raw Women's Championship. She was handed the Raw Women's Championship, and she's been reckless with it. Vega says Asuka is so focused on old stars like James that she's overlooked one of the best current stars. She says she's ready for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka takes the mic and rants in Japanese. Then Vega slaps her and retreats. Folks, you got to bear with me because I'm kind of talking about sleep right now. I'm literally sleepy right now. I really am. I am so fucking sleepy. Like, I am just not kidding right now. Anyways, Charlie Caruso's backstage with Keith Lee. She asks how he's feeling, and he says some people work for lifetimes to get an opportunity like he has tonight. He says he and Drew have been friends for years and always knew this might happen. Being WWE champion is a goal that drives all superstars, and he knows Drew will do whatever it takes to retain the WWE championship. And he'll do whatever it takes to win it. Charlie asks if he's willing to take advantage of Drew's broken jaw, to which Keith says Drew is his friend, but he'll do what he must. So the Hurt Business is back, and Lashley is having a match, but MVP replaces Doubtzilla on commentary. So I got Bobby Lashley versus Eric, one of the members of the Viking Raiders. Yes, folks, it's one of the members of the Viking Raiders. Because, you know, Ivar is out with an injury still. He is. This is a chance for Eric to have a singles run. To have a little singles run in his career. Just saying. You know, now that his partner's out for injury, this could be a chance for a singles run for him. Anyways, here's how this match. So Eric runs at Lashley, but the United States champion dodges and batters him in the corner. Lashley hits a running shoulder tackle in the corner. Eric turns the tables and punches Lashley, then hits double running knees. Eric flips Lashley over and hits a knee to the jaw.
for a 2 count. Lashley counters Eric, and it hits a spine buster and the rollout Dominator for a near fall. Lashley grabs Eric from behind with the hurt lock and takes him down. Eric takes a minute but finally taps. So Kevin Owens is backstage and Sarah asks him why Aleister Black seems to have a vendetta against him. Owens says he doesn't know why. Maybe Hot Topic wouldn't honor his 40% coupon. Or maybe it's because he sat backstage for a year asking people to knock his door. But nobody gives a damn. The real question is how much pain he can inflict tonight to get even. And remind Aleister that he shouldn't have picked a fight with him. Owens walks off and Black appears behind him watching him leave. So the steel cage match. We got a steel cage match between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. So that was I don't know if that was before the commercial break or after the commercial break, but anyways, it goes on commercial break when it says Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio is up next. So Shane McMahon appears outside Raw Underground and talks with the doorman. Braun Strowman appears and demands they open the door for him because he's pissed off and there's some sorry loser back there that he can rip the head off of. Shane lets him inside and Braun says he's going to send one of these guys home to their mama with a bag of their teeth. You see a replay of the Mysterio family run-in with Murphy last week. Seth is backstage and he nicely asks Murphy to come into the locker room. He asks where he's been and he says he's been waiting for him. Seth says the Mysterio family beat him senselessly and with a candlestick, but that's all in the past and they need to look into the future. Tonight he is in a cage with Dominique. Nobody can interfere. And he can teach both Dominique and the world a lesson. Rollins needs to know if Murphy is prepared for his role. He needs Murphy to be ready to do something very important. Murphy says he's ready, and Seth slaps him hard and grabs him by the beard and tells him his role is to stay back here so he doesn't have to deal with him. Seth slaps him again. Murphy says he understands. So we get that steel cage match. We get Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Same match that we saw about 3-4 times already. Getting tired of WWE booking the same ass matches every Monday nights. It's one of the reasons why I don't even watch Monday Night Raw much, because of that right there. Booking the same matches. I cannot stand seeing the same matches every Monday nights. It gets so fucking annoying, boring, and aggravating when they do that. You know, why do you keep continuing to book Dominique versus Seth Rollins about every Monday nights, man? It's just... people are getting tired of seeing this shit. People like me are getting tired of seeing this match. Damn. Put him in a time to move on from this feud, man. This feud needs to end. It's just time for this feud to end. It really is. So here's what happened with this match between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. The match gets underway and Seth feigns a lockup, but kicks Dominic and beats him down with axe handles. Seth whips him to the ropes, but Dominic hit a tilt-a-whirl Russian leg sweep. Dominic climbs the ropes and looks to climb out the cage, but Seth pulls him down and Doom counters with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Dominic tries to escape again, but Murphy appears and slides a kendo stick into the ring. Seth hits him with a kendo stick in the back, and he lands on the top rope. Crutch first. Seth hits Dominic with the stick again and throws him into the cage wall. As the Mysterio family look worried, Seth laughs as they head to commercial break. Back live, and Seth is scrapping Dominic's face on the cage wall. Rollins runs and slams Dominic into the wall, then lifts him and looks to do it again, but Dom counters it. Dominic punches Seth and makes straight for the cage wall. Rollins grabs him in a powerbomb position, only for Dominic to counter with a Hurricane Rana into the cage. Ray slides a kendo stick into the ring, and Dominic uses it to beat Rollins from pillar to the post, then slaps him into the cage walls over and over. Dominic hits a sit-out spinebuster for a 2 count. Rollins grabs Dominic and tries to catapult him into the steel, but Dominic grabs onto the cage and starts climbing up. Seth gets on the top rope with him and hits his head on the cage, so he lands on the top rope. And Dominic causes Seth to fall, and they both slide off the rope onto the mat. Dominic starts crawling to the cage door where Rey Mysterio is waiting. Murphy comes running over and attacks Rey, then turns around and slams the cage door. Only Seth was the only climbing. He was the only one climbing, and not Dominic. Dominic climbs the cage wall, so Murphy climbs up the opposite side and stops him. Dominic kicks Murphy off, then turns around and hits a frog splash to Rollins for a near fall. Dominic starts climbing again and gets to the top. Seth grabs him, for a suplex into a Falcon Arrow. Seth taunts Mysterio at ringside, and Dominic rolls him up for a 2 count. Then Seth hits the stomp. The Mysterio family look horrified as Seth hits a second stomp for the win. So after the match, Seth stares down Rey, then comes outside and talks to Murphy before slamming him into the barricade in the cage. Seth whips the cage door into Murphy's face and asks how he feels. Seth stops and tells Dominic's mother she did a bad job, that he hopes Aaliyah turns out better. Dom's mother goes into the ring. He goes into the cage in the ring with Rey to check on him, but Aaliyah stops to check on Murphy. My question is, why did Aaliyah stop to check on Murphy? Well, folks, I have your answer. So according to my sources, Ringside News, WWE could be teasing a romance angle with Rey Mysterio's daughter, Aaliyah, on Raw. It could be leading somewhere interesting for Mysterio's 19-year-old daughter. Really could be. Everything happens in WWE for a reason, folks. At least to tease a possible direction. But it seems a romantic angle could be brewing. The foreshadowing is quite evident that Aaliyah was brought into television for a much bigger reason. Mm. So, this, so this 19-year-old could be, I guess, dating Buddy Murphy on TV, I'm guessing. I don't know. Just guessing. But anyhow, moving on here, folks. So, they join the Raw Underground where Dolph Ziggler is rolling with a random guy. Dolph takes a crucifix position and drills the guy with elbows to win. Dolph's next opponent is Riddick Moose, and Dolph shoots for his leg. Moose wriggles free, but again Dolph gets the leg before hitting an uppercut. Riddick catches. Riddick catches Dolph with a spinebuster and looks to punch him, but Dolph gets a bulldog choke. Moose powers out and elbows him. Then they trade shots. Suddenly, Braun runs onto the mat and tackles them both. Braun slams Moose and then hits Dolph with a Dominator. Charlie Caruso interviews Drew backstage. McIntyre says Keith Lee will do whatever it takes to win the title tonight. He gets that, but he doesn't understand why Lee is angry with him. He waited last week to interfere until Randy has him beat. Lee appears and asks Charlie to leave. Lee tells Drew he'd appreciate it if he didn't drag his name through the mud. McIntyre asks him not to spin his words, and Lee says he said Randy had him beat, but at Payback he beat Randy Orton. And he thinks Drew is concerned he'll beat him tonight. And at Clash of Champions, Drew says he should know he doesn't get afraid about anything or anyone. Lee says Drew has a bigger target on him than usual and looks to touch the WWE title. But McIntyre shoves his arm away. It happens twice more and McIntyre punches him. They brawl off the ring backstage and McIntyre slams him into a door. Then Lee whips him hard into some production cases. They continue brawling until they're pulled apart by officials. They go back to the Raw Underground. Titus convinces the doorman to let him in. Braun Strowman beats some random guy that drags him off the mat. Riddick Moose comes back, but Braun kicks him off the mat. Titus gets on the mat and takes Braun down, punches him. Braun fights up and chokes Titus out on his feet, then drops some forearms on him until Shane pulls him off and Braun threatens to attack Shane. Kevin Owens comes to the ring, but Aleister Black attacks him behind and rips the head wrap off. Black has some new attire, and they'll have a match after the break. So it goes on commercial break. So we got Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black, folks. And we've already seen these two brawl, but I guess this match was somewhat interesting, man. Look at that. I'm already giving you my thoughts on this match already before I'm even reading it. I mean, match was somewhat okay though, folks. So, back live, and this match is underway. Owens is beating Black and hits him with a senton followed by rapid punches. Owens whips Black to the corner, but Aleister jumps over him and swipes his legs. Black beats Owens against the ropes, then kicks his leg again and applies a modified Boston Crab. Owens kicks himself free, then throws Black over the ropes to the floor. Owens looks to dive over the ropes, but his injured leg won't allow it, and Black sweeps him. Black drags him under the bottom rope, slams his leg into the apron. Back inside the ring, Black kicks Owens in the corner. Black takes a knee bar on Owens, who screams in pain. Owens gets to the ropes, and Black waits until 4 to let go. Black stomps his leg until the referee pushes him back. Black walks right into a super kick, and both men are down. Lights start flickering. They start flashing basically, and Black gets distracted, allowing Kevin Owens to hit a stunner for the win. So then the cameraman cuts backstage, and they find Drew McIntyre brawling with Keith Lee again. Adam Pearce and security pull them apart, and Pearce threatens to cancel their match. Of course, he threatens to cancel their match. Yeah, of course you'd do that. Good creative, Bruce. More like terrible creative. So we got the Wyatt Squad versus Lana and Natalya. What the fuck? I guess this was like a squash tag team match for the Wyatt Squad, basically. Basically, you might as well say this is exactly what it was. So, yeah, we got the Wyatt Squad versus Lana and Natalya. Let me pull them up first, and then I'll tell you what went on with that match. That match didn't really last long. It was only like 2 minutes. Well, like 2 seconds. I hate when I do my Monday Night Raw reviews and I get sleepy. I hate that shit. I don't like that. Every time I do my Monday Night Raw reviews, all of a sudden I start feeling like I'm getting sleepy. I don't like that. Oh, I really don't like that. And my stomach's fucking growling too. Just got even worse. Oh god. So here's what happened with this tag team match. This women's tag team match. So they start the match with Natalya rushing Liv in the corner and beating her down. Lana gets a tag following stomps from Natty, and Lana whips Natalya into Liv in the corner. Lana kicks Liv for a 2 count. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions are on the commentary. You mean they're actually a non-tag team? They're not actually a team. I mean, WWE just randomly put Shayna Baszler and Natalya in that title match against Sasha Banks and Bayley for the Women's Tag Team Champions. Y'all realize that, right? So they're not really a team, but they have the Women's Tag Team titles. Still doesn't make them a team to me. Anyways, Liv fires back and knocks Natty from the apron. She knocks Lana into the ropes and tags Ruby. They hit a code breaker into the riot kick. for the quick win. But yeah, as I was going back to what I was saying about the women's tag team champions, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler are not a team, just like Lana and Natalya are not a team. This was a good squash match for Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. It was. This wasn't a bad match for them, but this was a terrible match for Lana and Natalya because they lost. They actually deserved to lose, if anything. Shayna and Natalya, or not Shayna and Natalya, but Shayna and Nia come into the ring as soon as the match ends, and Liv and Ruby run off. Shayna throws Natalya shoulder first into the ring post. Shayna holds Lana and tells Liv and Ruby to watch. She throws Lana outside where Nia has removed the top off the announce table. Jax lifts Lana up and hits an impressive Samoan drop through the table. So we see Keith Lee walking backstage, not wearing a leotard. Drew McIntyre shown as well. This match is up next. And then it said, they return to Raw Underground one last time. And see Braun beat a guy with hammer fist until he stopped. Reddick Moose jumps. Dolph comes back and he teams with Reddick, but Strowman fights them both off. Braun drops Moose with a right hand and power slams Dolph. Dabocado gets on the mat and Braun smiles. Shane jumps up and says, no, this has to happen next week. So we got Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee. Here we are at the match that I said was going to end in something that I was right about. Something that I predict was going to happen. Something that I knew I was right about, that happened. I already knew it was going to end in that. Don't worry, you're going to find out. Trust me. A lot of you are not going to be happy. So here's what happened with this match. This main event matchup between Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee. Drew McIntyre, of course, the WWE champion. You already know that. So bell rings and Lee storms McIntyre, forcing him to the corner and hitting shoulder tackles. Whips him to the opposite corner, but Drew throws up a boot. Lee fights out of the corner, hits a shoulder tackle that knocks Drew over the ropes to the floor. Then they go to commercial break. Hey, WWE kills me with these freaking commercial breaks. They really do. They kill me with that junk. People can't stand when WWE goes on commercial break, especially if it's a good match. Anyways, back live. Lee is still on top. He grabs Drew by the head, but the champion fires back with chops to the chest. Lee drops him with a right hand and sends him to the ropes, but Drew kicks him in the chest. McIntyre ducks a lariat and hits a flying one of his own. McIntyre looks to hit a belly-to-belly, but Keith fights free. McIntyre kicks him back, then takes a run up and does hit a belly-to-belly. Drew goes up top and hits a flying clothesline. Then kips up Lee, counters the future shock DDT, but gets caught with a spine buster for a 2 count. McIntyre grabs Lee and looks for a superplex. He looks for a suplex, but Lee stands his ground, fires free, and unleashes a double chest slap. Lee hits a back elbow and a big clothesline for a 2 count. Again, McIntyre goes up top. Lee hits him in the jaw. Lee gets on the middle rope and hits a superplex. Yes, I said superplex again this time. Actually said it right. It's a superplex for near fall. Drew chops Lee and looks for the Claymore, but Lee avoids it. Lee attempts the Spirit Bomb, but Drew escapes and they both hit crossbodies, but both go down. Guess what, folks? And in what I thought and I had a bad feeling about, it ended in no contest, folks. Told you, folks. I told you, and I told you this match was going to end in no contest. I already told, I told everybody that I had a feeling that this match was going to end in no contest. I said it on Twitter. I said it on Twitter, and I said it just now. I said it right from the beginning when Monday Night Raw came on. Right from the beginning when Monday Night Raw was on, I said it right from the beginning. I tweeted out 5 hours ago and said, I have a bad feeling that this match is going to end in no contest. Folks, it did. It ended in no contest. All because of the appearance of Retribution. So Retribution comes out from the crowd and surround the ring. They all get on the apron and Lee and Drew start fighting them off, but quickly get overwhelmed. There must be 11 or 12 members of Retribution, and they all look like men tonight. Yeah, they last night they all look like men for real. I keep saying night, but it was last night. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, what had me interested was the fact that the Hurt Business came out. I thought they were scared, but the Hurt Business, they came out. They weren't even scared. They were standing on the stage. Retribution tells them to bring it and get out of the ring. And you can clearly hear Mojo Rawley. The Hurt Business come down the ramp and a huge brawl breaks out. The camera work here is terrible, and it ends with both Lee and McIntyre hitting dives over the top rope and wiping everyone, then staring at each other. First of all, it's not the cameraman that's terrible, it's Vince McMahon, Bruce, WWE Management, WWE Creative that's terrible, because this fucking show is terrible, and this fucking show sucked last night. And most importantly, this show was absolutely fucking terrible. Folks, that is going to end your September the 14th, 2020 Monday Night Raw review. Now, I'm probably not going to put a poll up there to ask how my Monday Night Raw review was tonight, because I really don't feel like it, because my eyes are so fucking heavy that I might end up falling asleep right after I end this review. I'm not kidding. Boy, my eyes is beyond heavy. Like, I can't believe I'm actually still doing this review. I can't believe I'm actually still up, dude. I should have took a nap today. I'm for real. No kidding. Folks, I'm in this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Peace.
I'm getting out of here. Folks, don't forget my NXT review will be live Wednesday nights because NXT is going to be back to Wednesday nights. It's supposed to be back to Wednesday nights this week. So, hopefully my sources bring inside news will confirm that NXT will be back on Wednesday nights. If it does, my NXT review will probably be Thursday morning or afternoon or maybe Wednesday night. We'll see. But also your SmackDown review will be live this week too. So, and your Clash of Champions 2020 review will be live as well. It'll probably be, I think Clash of Champions is supposed to be this week, isn't it? I don't know. I have to check and find out and see. But y'all have a good day. I'm out of here. I'm tired.